Yo, people, it's me, Pretzel, and I've got a new outfit on. Yeah, I've still got all the Aterium in, like, the functional slot, but with the trinkets mod, I think it is, we can put armor pieces in, like, a visual slot. Like, if I take that off, you can see the Aterium. If I put it back on, it does that. But it doesn't do anything for armor or anything. We've still got, just those bits. That's the most I can get as a dragon. Because armor is a weakness as well as swimming. But what was I gonna say? Oh yes, I was just talking to Indigo about minigames and stuff, and remembered I wanted to make a words. I need to be able to use words. Okay. I want to make a minigame here called Barn Dance. It'll be a game where you jump around, dancing around to music on these crates. These are vegetable crates. Yeah, it'll be a dance floor made mostly out of these vegetable crates. And probably some shroom in the middle, just to avoid some confusion. Yeah, we've got these vegetable crates from the Farmer Delight mod. And the idea is that at any point, somebody over here, the DJ, if you will call out a vegetable and push a button corresponding to that vegetable, and then say it was cabbages. The DJ pushed the cabbage button. The cabbages all get pushed up, and then everybody dancing has to try to jump onto the cabbages before the floor spouts lava. Yes. And the last person alive wins. And maybe there'll be a time limit or something. This is the general. This was my first attempt at a layout for the floor, but this isn't gonna work exactly, so I'm gonna tear it up. Because of redstone stuff, I thought you could push it up, connect it to some slime blocks, and then pull it back down. But apparently, sticky pistons don't pull slime blocks or honey blocks, which is weird, but that's the way it is. Yeah. So I'm going to tear all this up, and I do have another design that I'm going to lay out, and then we'll get to digging out a space for the redstone. I realize I've been doing a lot of redstone lately, but what can I say? I like doing things. Oh, I just remembered. Yeah, this is kind of related to this task. So, you saw last episode that I got one of those quests from the gumball machine. You know what? I'm gonna call it the gumball machine because when it spits out quest, it looks like it's spitting out a gumball. Anyway, gumball machine. Okay. Last time I did a quest, and that was to build a structure with that pallet. I ended up building. Hold on. I can fly over there real quick. I ended up building this eagle on Indigo's tree. Which is funny. I mean, it could have gone either way. It could have gone just as a funny prank, or I don't know. He likes it, so it'll probably stay. But I don't have. I'm happy with that result. So, yeah. But I had a bunch of buttons, so I went and I pushed the button again. And I got this quest: capture and display every passive mob. And that's why I wanted to start work on this barn dance game, because I was thinking, where am I gonna display them? You know, I mean, that's not the sort of thing I can just flop over at Indigo's as a prank. No, it's gonna have to be a little bit bigger and more of a commitment than that, because there are a lot of passive mobs in the game, and I'm only gonna do the vanilla mobs because I don't want to do wiki stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that'll end up being the pig, chicken, cow, horse, mule, donkey. I'll probably have to find another fox, but that shouldn't be hard. There's a couple foxes roaming around over there. But yeah, I was thinking, I've been thinking about making this game for a while, and then I got this quest, and I'm like, oh, a barn would be a great place to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build up the there's some creepers over there. I'm gonna build up the minigame, and then we'll expand this grass landscape a little bit to make it work, to fit it so that it fits in the space, whatever. And then on the side of that, we will also include places to display the passive mobs. But yes, I need to make I need to dig out some space for the redstone. Initially, this is the words today. Okay. For a starting point, this is looking good. I have done some testing, and this redstone should be able to do the job. I just haven't hooked it up yet. And that's actually going to be the most tricky part, is actually hooking up each of these to a corresponding button. Let's see. I'll hop into free cam just so you guys can see the redstone a little bit. All right, so we've got two different systems here. Okay, so one of them is the part that pushes up on the crates of vegetables. Okay, so whenever the DJ hits the onion button, it's going to send a signal to this redstone right here, which is going to trigger the observers. The pistons are going to push up on the onion crates, and it's going to actually leave them there for a little bit until it's activated again, which would be when the redstone is depowered. I would need to make sure that it gets a constant signal for a decent amount of time, because this system right here with all the scaffolding is the lava system. So I'm using scaffolding to trigger the observers, which will in turn trigger the dispensers, and the dispensers will push out some lava. I will need to put on a delay, which shouldn't be too hard. I have looked at pulse extenders, and that does work. I will need to figure out timings and stuff and whatever, but it won't be too difficult. The hardest part will actually be the spaghetti redstone that will be connecting all of these to their respective buttons. Yeah, it's gonna be messy. This is a little busy. I might have to replace the hay bales with something else, or just turn them like that. That might be good enough. I'll check and see later. But for now, we're just gonna leave it. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different vegetables. This is the only beetroot one. Beetroots are gonna be the hardest to get to. Oh, and we have 2 onions right here. So beetroots are the hardest. Potatoes are the next hardest. Because we've got onions replacing potatoes on this side. But yeah, so basically what's going to happen, the DJ will push a button, call out a vegetable, push the corresponding button, then these blocks will get a signal to be pushed up, everybody will try to get on top of that, and then after a bit of a delay, these dispensers will spit out lava. I will need to get a whole bunch of lava buckets in order to make that happen, but that shouldn't be hard. I've got a bit of a lava farm over there. And yeah, no problem. No problem at all. But yeah, now it's time to make like a black hole and spaghettificate this place. Okay, the game itself is finished. All of these things work. I could do this just to show you they all work individually. And then they also go down all by themselves. I'll just wait to show you. Yeah. Turn off the beets and the carrots and the onions. All right, and also show you the lava. All right, so it's not a really long bit of lava, but it's enough to at least set somebody on fire if they don't make it to the correct crate. Let's say I turn on the beets, which is actually the hardest because there's only one bit of beets. And then push the lava button. Do. See, it's all, at one point, it's all covered in lava. I just realized this is, not actually the sort of game I would be able to play because, I'm immune to fire damage. So only people who are, oh darn, that stinks. Anyway, people who are, resistant to fire would not, be able to play this game unless we had like a rule where if you got set on fire that you'd just be out. Because I don't know, people might be able to survive being on fire and like get points and stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, but yes, when I said spaghettification, I was not kidding. Okay. So we have a whole bunch of different things here. Each of these walls is connected to some observers, and each of those is connected to a set of vegetable crates. For example, this, the granite line right here is carrots. The diorite is tomatoes. And down, we've got some, had to dig down for the andesite right there for the onions. And then we've got, those are all done with scaffolding. I'm so glad that I remembered this scaffolding trick from when I did the tree farm. Because the point is, the observer detects, there's observers up there that detect how far away from the center the scaffolding is. And when this trapdoor changes, that state changes. See, right now, it's supported by itself. But now, it's a block away from that. And if I go into free cam, see, it's activated. And then, boop, no longer activated. Oh, I should turn off the carrots. Did I mess something up over there? And this is the pulse extender for the lava. I had to leave it for, I had to make it quite a bit longer. Well, not quite a bit. I had to make it half again longer than I thought it would be, but yeah. And I just use slime blocks for this signal. But yeah, let's put those carrots back down. Yes, very nice. I love that. Okay. Yep, and for now, the dance floor is just these hay bales, but there's cobblestone underneath, so it shouldn't be too hard. It wouldn't be hard at all to tear up this middle section of the floor and replace it with something cooler. But yeah, now that the minigame part is done, all that remains is to finish the build and then fill it with passive mobs. Because remember, here we go. My new quest is to capture and display every passive mob. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, instead of just making an entirely covered ceiling for the dance floor, I'm thinking I just make like a loft that's like a shelf that wraps around all three of those walls. And then the animals are on top of that shelf and they can watch the dancing. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I also need to actually figure out a design for the barn itself. Right now it's just a big red box with spruce corners. I don't know, I should be able to figure something out. That's no good. There we go. Eat. If I can walk. Okay, I should put that stuff away. I've got a whole bunch of junk lying around from this project. But yeah, I'm thinking I'll put the door right here, but other than that, I don't have any other ideas except maybe getting some white blocks. Anyway, I'm gonna get building. The barn is almost finished. I'm over here. I bred up 2 of Wraith's mushrooms, and I got this cute little brown baby cow. Yeah, and I'm just gonna guide it on up the mountain and start filling up the barn with passive mobs. I've already got a couple over there, which I can show you, as well as some of the fish that I need. I'll grab this sheep, and maybe we could find a way up the mountain. Possibly? We'll see. There we go. These guys are doing a great job. The sheep just decided to start bouncing as soon as I said that. But yeah, we're making it. We're almost at the top. This will probably be a lot easier than I thought it was. Hope that didn't jinx it. Ooh, don't step on that, guys. That's very hot for you guys. Okay. Are you okay? Okay, you seem fine. Maybe it's cooled down a little bit. I mean, it's still smoky, but maybe it's I mean, it's been there a while. So. Okay, and as we get into the village, you can see the barn up over there. Alright, don't fall in the hole, guys. Let's go around the well on this side. Very good. Yeah. It looks good from over here. I mean, it does need some more detailing on the sides, but the general shape of it is there. Yes, here we go. This is just a bridge to get up to the loft. And this is a good time to point out that the llamas, they don't count. They're neutral mobs. They're not passive mobs. I'm only collecting the passive mobs. And I've got a little fish pond over there. I'll probably decorate it better later. But it's got a whole bunch of fish in it. Okay. And I've got a donkey. And a sniffer egg over there. We will just shuffle these guys over here and go collect some more mobs. I've got a list here. Some of them will be easy. Some of them will be a little more difficult. Okay, this is just about as far as we're gonna get for now. Oh, I'm very tired. It's been a long journey to get from just a bare hilltop to this place right here, but here we are. We've got a couple parrots and a cat over here on the stage with all the controls and stuff for the game. And then, if I just pop up here, we've got a whole bunch of animals. I haven't gotten all of the passive mobs yet, but this is a good chunk of them. Oh, we've got turtle, camel, a skelly horse over there, a couple snow golems. We've got sheep, cow, chicken, pig, mushroom, sniffer, mule, horse, and donkey. I have gotten 2 or 3 ocelots, but they all disappear. I'm not sure how or why that's happening, but I do have one tied up in the nether. Hopefully it hasn't disappeared yet. And I might get that one as like a last touch sort of thing, but there are a few more that I have missing that we'll have to save for next time because I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. Anyway, we need a bat, a couple squids, a normal squid and a glow squid, and a strider. And I've got a... Ugh, if I can speak with my words. Okay. I've got a fence post down here. I'm planning to tie the strider up to the fence post, and then it can be on the lava. It can dance around with people and then be on the lava when the lava comes up. Yeah. But the bat might just be a nigh impossible task. The squids will be very difficult. Oh, and an alley. Oh, hello. That's too close. An alley is also on the list on the wiki of passive mobs, but with the generation, the terrain, not terrain, the structure generation on this server, I think allays do not exist on this server, apart from, like, creative mode stuff. So, an alley is not going to be possible for this project, so I'm just not going to worry about it. But yeah, next time I'm going to have to try to figure out the bats and the squids. Yeah. Finding and moving a strider shouldn't be nearly as difficult as finding and specifically moving a bat. You know? Oh, I've forgotten about the fish and stuff. We've got pufferfish, salmon, cod, and tropical fish in this pond. And then over here, we've got an axolotl, peaches, there we go. And we've got a couple frogs here. Tadpoles were also on the list in the wiki, but I'm not going to count those because they're the same species as the frog, and they would just grow up, and then I wouldn't have tadpoles anymore. So, we're not going to count that. Oh, jumpy frog, okay. But yeah, we're just going to hit the onion, then the lava button. Ah, very nice. And just... Yes. That makes me happy, okay. I'm ready to be done. I'll see you guys next time. I've been the Amateur Pretzel. Thank you for watching, and stay hydrated. Bye. Ah! Yes. Oh. Oh, I did remember saddle. Okay, good. Actually, I did not remember the saddle. I just happened to pick it back up. Ah, but yes, there's camel. And I have saddle. Okay, now comes the task of... Oh my goodness, it's so slow. It's a slow thing. But anyway, now comes the long task of wrecking back to the nether portal to get this back to the place with the things. Yeah. Turns out they move faster like this rather than when you're riding on them, which is, I don't know. I don't know. They're adorable, but they're not very useful. I don't remember who it was, but somebody on YouTube had an idea that I think it was actually Exumapoint. He had an idea that the camel could be used for moving villagers if Mojang actually wanted to give him a usefulness.